I see another opponent. To me, I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath in there. You know, it's just going to be war, and I'm going to go to war 100%. You know, no doubt in my mind, I'm coming out victorious.
What do you think?
This punch,
yes,
it's not clean.
Really?
Yes.
It's very close.
Yeah, it's maybe like this, because punch was like a boom and fist go up. Listen, it's problem for referee and coach who study clean, not как грязный, dirty punch.
Dirty punch?
Yes.
You think?
Yes.
Deliberate?
This was.
It's like a switch, being in a fight mode, and right now I'm just ready to get all this stuff out of the way so I can get back to what I know I do best.
From controversy to legacy, from family ties to national pride, the recent face-to-face interview between Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois with Piers Morgan was more than just a press stop. It was a tense, layered confrontation that peeled back the personalities behind two of the biggest names in heavyweight boxing. With a rematch looming at Wembley and the ghosts of their last fight still haunting the conversation, this sit-down offered raw insight into what makes each man tick. So let's break it all down, moment by moment, no narration, no quotes, just the tension, the ego, and the fire between these two men who are on a collision course for undisputed glory.
Alexander, you said you're going to have two more fights. This is one of them. If you win, who would the last fight be against?
Not if, when.
When you win?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's problem my team. It's not mine.
Is there anyone you'd like to fight? Maybe, would you like to fight Tyson Fury one more time?
Maybe Tyson Fury, maybe Anthony Joshua, maybe. But now my focus, it's Daniel.
And you have no doubt that you're going to beat him?
I think I win, yeah, I believe.
As the conversation builds, Piers brought up the Anthony Joshua moment, and Dubois doesn't shy away. He leans into it, not with arrogance, but with the weight of someone who's been waiting to be recognized. That punch, he says, wasn't just about knocking out a former champion, it was about flipping the narrative. While the media obsessed over what it meant for Joshua's future, Dubois was left in the background, even though he had just shaken up the division. Now, standing across from Usyk again, he sees this rematch at Wembley as his defining moment. His tone sharpens. He says he's coming for war. Meanwhile, Usyk watches on, unmoved.
How confident are you that you can beat him?
Very confident. Very, very confident.
But why? He's never lost.
I believe I'm going to be the first man to do it, and do it in England, do it in London. It's all. I don't want to go on too much, but I feel like it's all built. All this road, all of what I've been through has led me to this point to become undisputed champion and do it in London and back at Wembley, so can't wait.
A lot of great fighters have tried to knock him out. None of them have succeeded. He's beaten everybody.
Yeah.
When you look at him, does that not concern you that this guy's just made a
really? I see another opponent. To me, I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath in there. You know, it's just going to be war, and I'm going to go to war 100%. You know, no doubt in my mind, I'm coming out victorious.
Then, the mood shifts. Piers dives into personal territory, the role of fathers in shaping both fighters. Dubois opens up about his dad, a man who raised 11 children, ran a poster hustle from Harlem, and essentially molded Daniel into a fighter from day one. Push-ups on his knuckles for hours, no water, no breaks. His dad believed in world titles before Daniel was even born. It's brutal, but Daniel speaks with pride. His dad was part coach, part prophet, part magician.
More than I can explain, really. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Without his idea, another idea of put me into boxing. And
he said he knew before you were born.
Yes.
He had a sort of spiritual thing.
Yes.
That you were going to be a world boxing champion before you were born.
For sure.
And here you are.
Truly remarkable, special man. Like I said, I'm lucky enough to have witnessed him in action, selling these artwork, and I've seen him just fly off the walls. He puts them up, and everyone wants them, and everyone's tearing the posters off the wall. I want more and more. It's really spiritual and a magical moment for me, you know, when I can see him at work using his magic and his power. It's beautiful.
Usyk's story hits even harder. He talks about winning Olympic gold for Ukraine, only to receive a final phone call from his father congratulating him the first time he ever told him, "I love you," and then dying before they could reunite. The pain in Usyk's face as he recalls delaying his return to show off a new car is palpable. That regret, that last phone call, is clearly one of the deepest motivators in Usyk's heart.
He was strong. He was strong like this. And my father not was like long. Maybe if for me it's like this.
Really?
Yeah. But father was like a fast and running and strong because my father was wrestler, like a classic Greco-Roman. Yeah. My father every time talk to me, "Hey Alex, go to boxing." I use judo, taekwondo, football, like a street fight. Father, boxing. My papa not talk to me, "Hey, you great, you champ, горжусь. I'm proud for you." No, okay, you win, good. Congratulations. But friends, my father, brothers, friends say, "Hey, listen, my son, champion of Ukraine." Ooh, yeah. For me, no. I don't know why. Okay, no problem. But after Olympic Games, I'm back in the room. I have gold medal right here. I called, "Hey, we win. Congratulations, I love you." Ooh, congratulations too.
Things turn serious when Piers reminds them boxing can kill. Dubois, without blinking, says life is a risk and this is the one he's trained for since childhood. Usyk nods. They both know what's at stake. Then the elephant in the room, the infamous low blow from their first fight. Piers rolls the clip. Angles are debated.
Now, I've watched this a lot, this clip, from various angles. My understanding, Daniel, is that the law says if it's the belt line, a punch, it's legal.
Yeah.
From that angle, from other angles, it looks to me, I'm not an expert, but it looks to me like you hit him on the belt line.
Yeah, that's it.
Which if you had, then you would have won that fight because Alexander actually took about 4 minutes, which he was allowed to do, 4 minutes before he got back into fighting. Do you feel a bit robbed by what happened there?
Dubois insists the punch was clean and believes he should already be the undisputed champ. Usyk, with his usual ambiguity, calls it borderline, says it's a referee problem, but ultimately dismisses it as the past. Still, he does drop a line that hits deep. It was a dirty punch.
Yeah, definitely.
You think it was a legitimate blow?
That really was. That landed. You didn't see him grab his balls. He went down and that was a legitimate knockdown.
Do you think you knocked him out?
Yeah.
Alexander, what do you say?
It was in the past. I live now, present. For me, I don't know. For me, it doesn't matter. I don't know what's going on, what will be future. Yeah. For me, in the past, it's in the past. I live now. Listen, first time. It's not my deal. It's a problem for referee.
But what did you think watching it then? What do you think?
But this punch,
yes,
it's not clean.
Really?
Yes.
It's very close.
Yeah, it's maybe like this because punch was like a boom and fist go up.
Wembley will be loud, passionate, and very likely pro-Dubois. That doesn't shake Usyk at all. To him, the ring is neutral ground. Dubois, on the other hand, is determined to own it. He calls it his stadium, his town. He wants to erase the controversy and walk out as the undisputed king. There's emotion in his voice when he says it. This isn't just about belts, it's about closure.
Yeah. London is like my home. Wembley too. Enough.
You think Wembley will be your home?
Of course. Of course.
Cheering for you?
Listen, for me, doesn't matter how a lot of people they support Daniel. For me, my place is a ring. For me, when I step in the ring, it doesn't matter what's going on. Me, my opponent, and the referee. And
You're going to stop him,
It's lights out, yeah.
but you got to get to him again. And what he showed, Alexander, against people like Tyson Fury, who's a brilliant champion boxer, hard as nails,
Yeah.
and never stops, keeps coming for you. How are you going to defeat that?
I'll just say bombs away, bombs away.
Really?
Every punch, bombs away. It's no real, you know, it's something that I need to do. I need to clear up the controversy, obviously. Clear up the doubts and everything. And
You think it's unfinished business?
yeah, definitely.
Then comes a bombshell piece of family history. Daniel's lineage traces back to Sylvia Dubois, a bare-knuckle fighter and former slave who literally punched her way to freedom in 18th century America. That's not just ancestry, that's legacy. Daniel sees her spirit in his father, in himself, in everything he's fought for. It's more than boxing, it's heritage.
When you think of Sylvia, what do you feel about her? Because it's an amazing story.
She fought and stood for justice.
Yes.
She fought and stood for justice, and not allowing herself to be silenced, or just, you know, she really was a special. Oh my God! And just that's where we get the fighting spirit. That's where my dad obviously gets the fighting spirit from.
From her.
And he passed it down onto us, I believe. So, you know, our roots in boxing and fighting and pugilism have gone back a long way. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Usyk's motivation isn't just personal, it's national. He fights under the weight of Ukraine's war, having seen his hometown of Bucha ravaged by Russian forces. He doesn't wear it on his sleeve, he doesn't even speak about it in detail here, but the message is clear. Usyk steps into that ring with far more than a belt on the line.
25 February, I take my gun and go in military place. Yeah, like a support place, and Kiev. We all my team, we not what do now? What we called the friends. Okay, we must together every time sit in the home, like a bomb shelter. Yeah, it was hard time. I think. Maybe I'm not more boxing, but okay, good. I'm continuing boxing.
Daniel Dubois opened up in a way most boxers don't. He wasn't just talking about knockouts or game plans. He was unpacking years of being overlooked, even after flooring Anthony Joshua. The media obsession stayed with Joshua's future, while Daniel stood there, a new champion, barely acknowledged. That chip on his shoulder, it's not going anywhere. He's been carrying it from the day he left the GB squad and turned pro. And now he says it's time to flip the script, not just by winning, but by knocking Usyk out and forcing the world to finally say his name.
Do you think people have underestimated you?
Yeah, I love being the underdog though. I love being the
I mean, even when you knocked out Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
all the media coverage was, what does this mean for Joshua?
Yeah.
It wasn't, isn't this incredible for
Yeah.
Daniel Dubois?
Yeah.
He's just not this guy Sparko.
The-
And yet all the headlines are about what happens with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I need to set that straight. But yeah, it was a lot of that, rather than embracing a new champ. So I think it's going to happen slowly. I just need to keep knocking them out, decking.
Well, if you knock him out,
Yeah,
you not only will change the media narrative,
yeah,
but you will go down in boxing legend.
yeah,
You'll have knocked out one of the greatest heavyweight champions there has ever been.
yeah.
I mean, this is for you the absolute pinnacle of your career. This is the most important hour of your life.
Yeah.
Do you feel ready for it?
Means so much. I really want to do it. I'm really gonna do it. And
Usyk, ever the mystery, brought his own calm but powerful energy. When Piers asked about heroes, Usyk didn't hesitate to mention Muhammad Ali, not just for boxing, but for what Ali stood for as a man. That's where Usyk's mind lives. Beyond the ring, he praised Ali's soul, his service to people, and the way he inspired beyond sport. Usyk's list of boxing idols is deep, but you can tell he's not trying to be anyone else. He's walking his own path, and if greatness follows, so be it.
Only boxing. They like Ali like a personality. Ali support for people, for God, for all people who have problem. Boxing, of course, Ali. From the time like the move, like a fast, you know, it was great man, and like a boxing and the world. I like a lot of Cotto.
Then came Daniel's turn to talk about his hero, and he didn't name a legend first. He named his dad. That was powerful. His father, a hustler from Camden Market turned entrepreneur and family pillar, isn't just a motivator. He's the reason Daniel believes he's destined to be great. Daniel grouped him with the likes of Tyson and Lennox Lewis, not for stats or belts, but for presence, for fire, for soul.
boxing hero. Got so many great fighters, great champions.
Is there one that stands out who's been like a, when you think about who you'd like to be talked about in the same sentence?
There's, I guess, Ali and the great George Foreman, but I'd put my dad up in there in the same sentence as these guys.
Right.
These are the, for me that was, from a young age to be similar to my dad. So my dad, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, that era of guys and people and fighters and men, those are the top guys, in my opinion.
And that knockout of Joshua, Dubois knew what it meant. Even if the press didn't scream his name, he heard it in his mind loud and clear. Mission complete. He didn't celebrate like a rookie. He absorbed it like a man who had seen it 1,000 times in his dreams. That KO was years of sacrifice packed into a single second. It was a statement, but instead of fame, he got more doubt. That's fine, he says. Let them doubt. He's not here to be liked, but to take over.
What did your dad feel when he knocked out Anthony Joshua?
Great moment. He can tell you, but it was, great moment, great victory. And
what did you feel? I mean, you sparked him.
Yeah.
Right? No one saw that coming. Well, you did, but not many people saw that coming. But you flattened him. Maybe ended his career. I mean, at that moment when you do that, when you unleash one of your thunderbolts and you knock somebody like him out, and they're lying there, what are you feeling?
It happened so quick for me, and it's like I've done this for all my life. So for me, it was like, mission accomplished, finished, and I'm just happy we won. We came through it. We already.
Religion and belief also came into play. Both men believe in God and think he's on their side. But while Dubois sees God as a motivator to walk the straight path, Usyk speaks about the soul and how that wins fights more than muscles or money. When asked if his soul is stronger than Daniel's, Usyk simply says, "The man who's done more good work wins." No bravado, just calm conviction.
I think it's not just God. God helps those who help themselves. So I believe he'll be looking at me, counting on me to do what I'm supposed to do and make sure that I don't cut corners in camp or in training or in life, in personal life, and make sure that I'm living the straight, narrow path to success. So that's what...
God who help different people and world. Listen, for God, we just hey, stupid guys, like boxing, and for God very important like this. And jak dusza bude? Soul. It's very important, soul. Not muscles, not money, cars.
Do you think your soul is
Yeah,
stronger
only,
than his?
Only soul. But win win two who more good work.
Daniel doesn't back down. He's younger, he's still building, but he respects Usyk, not in a way that weakens his fight, just enough to acknowledge the man across from him. And in that mutual respect, you could feel that this is different. No fake beef, no fake storylines. Just two men who've earned the right to be here. So now it's your turn. Who do you think will rise at Wembley? Will Dubois rewrite the story and take his place among legends? Or will Usyk once again show why greatness doesn't always shout, it just wins? Let us know in the comments below.